OMG. Sussexes shockingly declare ultimatum to Spotify, threatening to cancel £18 million deal immediately. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry have called out Spotify for allowing COVID misinformation to be spread on its platform. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex have weighed into the mounting controversy surrounding the Joe Rogan Experience podcast and its false claims about the COVID vaccine. Musician Neil Young has removed his entire catalogue from the streaming service, while other stars have spoken out against the lack of action taken against the misinformation on its platform. The Joe Rogan Experience is Spotify's most listened to podcast, and the former UFC fighter recently made the explosive claim that young people don't need the COVID vaccine. Last night a source said of Harry, refusing to cut ties with Spotify after they've aired anti-vaxxer material is incredibly two-faced. If he was that principled, and meant what he said, he'd cut ties, even if at a personal financial cost. And royal fans aren't pleased with the Duke either. One person said, "At this stage everything they do or say is hypocritical." Another replied, "Agreed, but I'd go further and include the times when they choose not to say anything. Their silence can be hypocritical too." A third stated, "They're only interested in money now, principles don't come into it." Another royal fan tried to start a new hashtag trend by posting, #Harry is a hypocrite. Now, in their own statement released through their Archie Foundation, Meghan and Harry said, "Since the inception of Archie, we have worked to address the real-time global misinformation crisis. Hundreds of millions of people are affected by the serious harms of mis and disinformation every day. Last April, our co-founders began expressing concerns to our partners at Spotify about the all-too-real consequences of COVID misinformation on its platform." The couple continued, "We have continued to express our concerns to Spotify to ensure changes to its platform are made to help address this public health crisis. We look to Spotify to meet this moment and are committed to continuing our work together as it does." The Sussexes have recently come under scrutiny for continuing their lucrative deal despite the app featuring controversial content about the coronavirus pandemic from Joe Rogan. Rogan has been accused of using his massively popular podcast to promote vaccine skepticism and misinformation about COVID, prompting music legends Neil Young and Joni Mitchell to pull their music from the streaming app in protest. Just 4 months ago, Harry slammed social media and news outlets for peddling lies surrounding coronavirus vaccines. In response, fans hit out on Twitter and shared their anger about their ongoing deal with the platform. One person said, "Money over principles. They can't afford to leave Spotify, they'd have to return whatever advance they received for their non-existent content." While another commented, "So in their minds, they got to play by Spotify to tell Spotify how bad it's doing and demand changes. Damn. I want that kind of job too." A third person wrote, "I'm disappointed that they didn't stand up for the truth in this instance." Some royal fans have claimed Harry is hypocritical and only interested in money following calls for him to terminate his Spotify deal due to the streaming giant's ties to anti-vaxxer Joe Rogan. The statement comes a week after it emerged Spotify had Meghan and Harry's podcast into its own hands, as the pair have not produced any content for it. The streaming giant was said to be recruiting in-house staff to work with Harry and Meghan's Archie Audio, for a podcast that features the voices of high-profile women, according to The Sun. The couple previously made an £18 million deal with Spotify. A source said, "Spotify has been waiting a long time for some content from Harry and Meghan, and now it appears they have finally taken matters into their own hands. Hiring a raft of in-house talent on Spotify's side will ensure they finally squeeze something out of them." In December 2020, Harry, 37, and Meghan, 40, produced a holiday special podcast episode, featuring celebrity pals including Sir Elton John and James Corden. But, following the 37-minute special, no further episodes materialized.